Have you ever got to the end of a busy prep day, opened your phone and see a message from a potential client from 4 days ago and you missed it? Hey, I'd love to learn more about your service, but your heart sinks because you never replied. It wasn't on purpose, it was you were buried in grocery shopping, organising your clients' cooks and triple checking those macros. But in the silence, they booked someone else. In this video, I'm going to show you how automation fixes that. You save time, you'll stop forgetting, you'll build a consistent experience that makes clients want to work with you and they come back. So let's get into that. Being a personal chef isn't just cooking, it's selling, emailing, scheduling, onboarding, actually cooking and then invoicing. You're doing 6 or 7 jobs in one, and when you're doing everything manually, important stuff slips through the cracks, and especially follow-ups. Let me give you a real example of this, because back when I started, I had a lead reach out through my website, super qualified. It was a family of 4, a busy professional mum, exactly the kind of client that I was looking for. She asked me for more info. I told myself I'd reply in the morning because I didn't want to seem like I was working all these ridiculous hours. 3 days later, I remembered, replied and got a reply, thanks, we've sorted it out. And that sucked because it made something super clear. If you don't follow up, you don't get the client. And this isn't just about getting new leads, it's for your current clients and the communication with them too. Onboarding emails, reminders, check-ins, if you forget, they feel it. So all of it is really important and automation solves that. So let's talk about how this actually works. And to do that, we need to get super clear on what automation actually is. Email automation isn't spam, and it isn't blasting a newsletter out every Tuesday with a meal prep hack or some recipe. It's setting up a system once that sends the right message to the right person at the right time without you having to remember to do it or actually do it. When someone downloads your lead magnet, they get a welcome sequence. When someone fills out your contact form, they get a friendly follow-up reminder and a link to book a call. Booked a new client, they get your onboarding process delivered to them automatically, so they get all that information and it will be super clear for them to follow it because it is consistent and it is not different from what you sent out the last time. You took a break and you need to re-engage with old clients, set up a reactivation sequence. These are small things that make a huge difference. They save you time, yes, but more importantly, they make you look professional, reliable, and on your game. And that is because you are. You just finally have a system that supports that. And this is the core system. So let's walk through this, and it's basically the automation that every personal chef should have. So number 1 is the lead magnet sequence. When someone downloads your lead magnet, maybe it's a weekly sample menu or how your personal chef guide works, they should automatically get 3 to 5 emails. It's going to introduce you. It's going to explain how your service works. You can share social proof and testimonials, and then you can invite them to book a call. Number 2, you got a follow-up form sequence. Too many chefs let their submissions sit on their site, and instead of triggering an automation, you can then send them a thank you message instantly. It gives them the next steps, gives them the links to book a call or a questionnaire to fill out to see if it's the right fit for them. And then number 3 is when you've actually onboarded the client, you can send them an automated welcome email, you can send them prep instructions, what you need to maybe get into their house or how it's going to work with delivery. You schedule the process, you have payment reminders set up, and then number 4, weekly or monthly, preferably weekly check-ins set up as a reoccurring thing, which are, hey Sarah, hey Joe, hey John, any changes for next week? How are the meals? It keeps things open and consistent and makes them feel like they're taken care of, and you're getting that feedback so you can improve your service every week. And then number 5 is that reactivation sequence. If someone hasn't booked in say 60 days, 90 days, send a quick 3 email sequence. We miss you, here's what's new, want to book your next slot. A lot can change in 90 days. Maybe there was something 90 days ago about your service that didn't work and you've changed it since. Let them know that, because then it might work a little bit better for them. You'd be surprised how many people have come back, and it's not just they come back once. I've had people come back 4, 5, 6 times because things have changed in their life, circumstances have changed, and for whatever reason they've dropped out and then they need to come back in. So how do we build this? The tools you need, there are a ton, but I've dropped a link to the one that I use the most for this kind of thing, and it allows you to just dial in when and how you want to deliver, because it's not just a sequence that will deliver the same thing to everybody. If they've downloaded a different lead magnet or they're interested in a different service, it's going to provide them with a different automation, so it's tailored for them. And I found Kit to be a great one to use for that. You can find the link in the description, but it doesn't matter what system you use, the structure is always the same. You're going to have a trigger, you're going to have the email sequence, and you're going to have the call to action. So let's say someone fills out your form. You got the trigger, they've submitted the form. Then you've got an instant thank you and a link to your next step. Then email 2, say maybe a day later, you can have a story of how you helped a client in a similar position to what they're in. And then you can leave it a couple more days so they can sit on that. And then after a couple of days, you can send them a book a call reminder. And that's it. It's not techie, it's just structured. And when you write these emails like you're talking to one person instead of a crowd, use their first name because you're going to get that from the form, use plain language and keep it real. The payoff is huge. The ROI on email is the highest out of anything. And when you set this up, something pretty awesome happens. You're going to stop stressing over who you forgot to reply to. You're going to start getting responses like, thanks for checking in. And when you free up all those hours, you're going to do your job better and you're going to look more professional while you're doing it. And this is how you scale without burning out. Because the more clients you get, the more systems you're going to need. And automation is just one of those high ROI systems that you can build simply. So if you've been winging your client communication, it's time to stop. Start with this automation, your lead magnet or your contact form. Just focus on one. And if you've got trouble doing that, or even getting the leads to have enough people to send those emails to, then jump into the Ignite training. The link is down below, and that is going to get you off to a flying start. And if you're doing in-house cooks, you can get booked very, very quickly with this method. So if you are struggling to get clients, the link is down there, the Ignite training. That is going to get a pipeline packed, filled with leads. Then we're going to sort out that automation so you can generate more clients without actually having to put in the work manually every week or when those leads come in. So you can have inquiries consistently, work on developing those relationships, and just build a business rather than just having those one-off cooks where you don't know where your next client is coming from.